You are watching UniLearning. Today we are going to cover subtopic 1.6, need of current limiting reactors and their arrangements from unit number 1. Need of current limiting reactor. With the fast expanding power system, the fault level is also rising. The circuit breakers connected in the power system must be capable of dealing with the maximum possible short circuit current. Whenever fault occurs in the system, generally under short circuit condition, the reactance of the system is very low. The fault current is high in magnitude, which may damage the power system. So to control this fault current, we need current limiter. And as you all are well familiar with this fact that fault current is inversely proportional to reactance. So if reactance is higher, fault current is lower. If reactance is low, fault current will rise. So reactors can be used as a fault current limiter in the power system. And that is why we are inserting current limiters, reactors as a current limiter. If no step is taken to limit the value of short circuit current, it may damage to lines and other equipments connected in an electrical power system. And we also need very heavy duty circuit breakers. So in order to limit short circuit current, additional reactance is inserted in series with the system at suitable locations. So let us start with the actual discussion on current limiting reactor. So the current limiting reactor is an inductive coil having a large inductive reactance in comparison to their resistance and is used for limiting short circuit current during fault conditions. It is installed in feeders and ties, in generators, and in between bus sections for reducing the magnitude of short circuit currents and the effect of respective voltage disturbance. Current reactors also free interchange of power under normal conditions, but when fault occurs in the disturbance, it is restricted by the current reactor to the faulty sections. As the resistance of the system is very small as compared to their reactance, hence the efficiency of the system is not much affected just by inserting additional reactance in the power system. So what is the functions? Which are the functions of current limiting reactors? Current limiting reactors reduces the flow of short circuit current so as to protect the appliance from mechanical stress and overheating. This is a major function of current limiting reactor. Second, current reactor reduces the magnitude of voltage disturbance which is caused by short circuits. It limits the fault current to flow into the healthy feeders or part of the system, thereby avoiding the fault from spreading. This increases the chance of continuity of supply, means it protects the healthy system. When the fault current exceeds about 3 times that of rated full load current, then large cross section iron core reactor is used for limiting the fault current. Because of the large cross section area, the iron core reactor becomes very costly and heavy. Therefore, the air core reactor is usually used to limit the short circuit or fault current. It means we are having two types of reactors. One is iron core and air core. For lower rating, we can have iron core, but for higher rating, for higher current protection, we are generally inserting air core reactor. It is to save the cost and its weight. The iron core reactor produces hysteresis and eddy current loss, due to which more power is consumed as compared to air core reactor. So this is the another reason why we are preferring air core reactor over iron core reactor. Now we all are agreed with this statement that reactors are going to limit the fault current. But what are the drawbacks of inserting current limiting reactor in the power system? So the main drawbacks are: first, when the reactor is installed on the network, the total percentage reactance of the circuit increases, because we are inserting these additional reactors in series with different components at different locations. So naturally, it is going to add effective resistance of the system, and it decreases the power factor, and thus regulation becomes poorer. Which are the locations of reactor? Actually, depending upon the locations of reactor, these reactors are classified into different groups. So let us start with that. Reactors are located at different locations in a power system for reducing the short circuit current. These reactors may be connected in series with the generator, with feeder, or in series with the bus bars. So these are the three main locations where we are inserting reactors. One is with generator, other with feeder, or in series with bus bars. So reactor arrangement is classified according to its location. If you are inserting reactor in series with generator, it is called generator reactor. If it is inserted in series with feeder, then that type of current limiter is called feeder reactor. And if it is in bus bar, it is called bus bar reactor. In fact, there are two different type of connections in case of bus bar, and accordingly they are named as ring system or tie system. Let us discuss one by one. First, start with generator reactor. Generator reactors are inserted between the generator and the generator bus. So see this diagram. In this diagram, generator G1, G2, G3 are shown, and there is one common bus bar, and in between generator and bus bar, this reactor is inserted. So reactor is in series with generator. It is in between generator and bus bar, and that is why it is called generator reactor. Depending upon the number of generators, you need to insert reactors, because with each unit of generator you need one separate reactor, or you can say generator reactor is connected in series with generator. So depending upon the number of generators, you need to insert reactors with it. Such reactors protect the machine individually. Just see this diagram. We are having separate reactor with individual unit, so that if any fault occurs on generator side, in that case this reactor is going to limit the current which is flowing from generator towards system. So it will limit the current flowing from generator towards feeders or through this system. This is an advantage, or this is how generator reactor protects the system. But just see this diagram and try to find out the drawback of this system. This is the enlarged diagram. Just go through it. You will clearly understand that generator reactor is always in series with generator, or it is going to protect the generator side. But if any fault occurs on this feeder side or on bus bar, then what will happen? The magnitude of reactor is approximately about 0.05 per unit, or you can say 5%. The main disadvantage of such type of reactor is if the fault occurs on one feeder, then the whole of the system will adversely be affected. So what is the solution for that? If any fault occurs on feeder side, we need to have some different solution, and that is what the feeder reactor is. So in series with feeder, you can insert separate reactor which is going to protect the system from feeder faults. Reactors which is connected in series with the feeder is called feeder reactor. When the fault occurs on any one feeder, then the voltage drops occur only in its reactor and the busbar is not affected much. Hence, the machine continues to supply the load. The other advantage is if any fault occurs on the feeder will not affect the other feeder, and thus effects of faults are localized. Just see this figure. In this particular figure, you will find reactors are connected in series with feeder. So if any fault occurs on this feeder side, then that feeder, that reactor is going to protect the system. The other system healthy part will not get affected. If any fault occurs on A feeder, then the reactor with A is going to protect the remaining system. It will not hamper the complete system. And that is how we are getting protection in case of feeder reactor. In this case, the current which is flowing through the system will continuously flows through this feeder reactor. In case of generator reactor also, if we are having location of reactor here, in that case also, if current whatever amount of current is flowing through normal condition, it is going to create voltage drop here, and because of that the available voltage at bus bar may drop down, or voltage drop is taking place due to this generator reactor. The disadvantage of feeder reactor is that it provides it does not provide any protection to the generators against short circuit fault which occurs across the bus bar. Means if any fault occurs on this bus bar, then all generators going to feed that fault up to that fault location. All generators are going to feed the current, and so the complete system will get hampered if fault occurs on generator bus bar. These feeders reactors are protecting the system only when fault occurs on particular feeder, otherwise not. Also, there is a constant voltage drop and constant power loss in reactor during normal operating condition. It is similar one that of generator. In case of generator also there is a continuous voltage drop. In the same way, in case of feeder reactor also there is a continuous voltage drop. So to avoid that, we are having bus bar reactor. When the reactors are inserted in the bus bar, then it is called bus bar reactors. The constant voltage drop and constant power loss in reactors may be avoided by inserting the reactors in the bus bar. The bus bar reactors for ring system and tie systems are discussed here. Bus bar reactors. First we are discussing here ring system. Just try to understand theoretically first, then I will show you diagrams. The busbar reactors are used to tie together the separate bus section. In this system, sections are made of generators and feeders, and these sections are connected to each other to a common bus bar. In such type of system, normally one feeder is fed from one generator. In normal operating condition, a small amount of power flows through the reactor. Therefore, voltage drop and power loss in the reactor is low. So this is the benefit of such type of arrangement over other two. In case of generator reactor as well as in case of feeder reactor, we are having more voltage drop and power loss. So this drawback is overcome in busbar reactor system. The busbar reactor therefore made with high ohmic resistance so that there is not much voltage drop across it. This is what ring system. And see the connections how generator and feeder in between one generator one feeder on one side and on another side other generator and feeder is connected, and in between these two sections the reactors are inserted. So if any fault occurs on one reactor or on one generator, then it is not going to hamper the other system. The other system can continue the supply of power. When the fault occurs or any one feeder, only one generator feeds the fault while the current of the other generator is limited because of the presence of the busbar reactor. The heavy current and voltage disturbance caused by a short circuit on a bus section are reduced and restricted to that faulty section only. Means if any fault occurs on a side feeder, then it is limited for this much part only. It is not going to affect on the other healthy part, and so system will continue to supply the power from these remaining generators, or system will remain healthy in the heavy current and voltage disturbance caused by short circuit on bus section are reduced and restricted to that faulty section only. The only drawback of such type of reactor is that it does not protect the generators connected to the faulty section. So the main drawback of this system is we are not getting generator protection. Tie bus system. It is one type of busbar reactor arrangement. This is a modification of previous system in ring bar system. So this is modified form of that. The tie bus system, the generator is connected to the common bus bar through the reactor and a feeder is fed from the generator side. See the arrangement. This is how the location of reactor is varied. Instead of inserting bus bar reactor just like in ring bar system, the location was this. Now it is in different way. So now it is going to protect your generator as well as feeder. The operation of the system is similar to the ring system, but it has got additional advantages. In this system, if the number of section is increased, the fault current will not exceed a certain value, which is fixed by the size of individual reactor. So the value of reactor is going to decide the short circuit current, and the expansion of such type of system is very easy just by inserting additional reactor with new sections. We can limit the fault current. I hope by this discussion your idea regarding the use of reactors and their arrangement is cleared. Thank you.